Well, I think we went to New York for a number of reasons. It's one of the most exciting cities in the world. I mean, it's obviously famously the city that never sleeps, but it also seems quite a long way away, and we made it possible for people to go there to get the most amazing first taste of international travel you could possibly imagine. So we always conceived DMU Global as a way for our students to understand different aspects of different countries' lifestyles, but we also felt it was important to link it to their academic studies. That's one of the reasons why DMU Global is such an envied initiative around the world.
Most law operates globally now, and so seeing the law in action in different countries and being happy and confident that they can go and work in a global market is really important to building their confidences and increasing their aspirations.
To get an international perspective on law is really important. One, because you have to have an appreciation of all the other laws and other jurisdictions, because certain areas of law that you may work in the future, sort of like contracts, may involve other countries. Also, it's really important to appreciate how they act as well.
We are here at the Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum today. The best part of the trip was looking at the different aircraft just behind me and different facts about the museum and the battleship, which was a part of the World War II and also World War I. So it was amazing to see the engineering challenges they faced and how amazingly they came up with the solutions to overcome them.
This morning we've been at the 9/11 Memorial Centre with a group of students from biomedical science, medical science and audiology, and they're here looking at a project around pollution in New York City.
In the Memorial Museum we've seen all the artefacts, parts of the buildings, heard stories of the people who lost their lives there. The fire truck that had been damaged by falling debris off the building, and it was horrible because it didn't really look like a fire truck, it looked like something from a film or a film prop, and it's just really hard to see that.
When the buildings came down, there was obviously a lot of dust, a lot of debris, so the teams of people that had to spend their time, money and effort clearing up the city and the damage will have obviously made an impact on the city in general. We're lucky to get to go and explore different parts of the city and what sort of pollution is where.
Oh, we're in the Paley Media Archive, and we're here to show the students around a very American digital archive of all television and radio productions going back 50, 60 years.
It's been really interesting. A lot of this stuff you can't find anywhere else, so really wanted to take advantage of all the information, all the range of things. You never know when you'll be able to come here again and look at it.
New York is the perfect place to be to understand architecture as a student. Architecture now is an international profession. The biggest projects are not in the UK.
We came to the SOM office to talk to the architects that have been working with the skyscrapers and tall buildings and how they work.
You've got some of the most exciting historical buildings through to the most fascinating kind of modern pieces of architecture, key pieces of kind of urban redevelopment like the High Line, which will be going round.
We're learning about the architecture in the environment of a new culture, so understanding where they come from, working with the environment. I think we can relate that back into our own concept that we want to do, and I think that's really important.
So the United Nations Together campaign was set up by the UN to try and encourage a much more tolerant attitude towards migrants, asylum seekers and refugees. As always, DMU students were articulate, intelligent, persuasive, very stimulating. It just made me enormously proud to be their Vice-Chancellor and to see the degree to which they really were inspired by this campaign.
I think the university can give that empowerment and inspiration to have your own voice.
I was really touched by the ideas and suggestions and the passion that the students, but also some of the academics, teachers, parents spoke about. When you see that, it's heartening, because what dominates, whether it's in the media or social media, is the negative. We see universities and academic institutions as an important partner for the United Nations in everything we do. To bring universities, and at this stage not just 1 or 2, 11 universities together, is taking the initiative a whole level higher.
If a student is considering DMU Global, I would say definitely go for it, go for the leap. There's a lot you can learn, it's a challenge to yourself, and it's truly a great experience to be in.
Well, we went to New York in January for 2 reasons. One, because it was a continuation of our mass DMU Global trips, which we'd started the previous year, and which were so popular with our students that over 1,200 had intended to travel, but unfortunately, because of the bomb cyclone, only 600 actually arrived. But the second reason was because we've been chosen as the academic lead for the United Nations Together campaign, and we went to launch this initiative at United Nations Headquarters in New York, with a day-long conference which over 600 students participated in.
So the thing I enjoyed most about New York was the chance to experience something completely different. I've never been there before, so I think to experience a new culture, a new way of life almost.
It meant absolutely everything to me to get the chance, because me and my friend wanted to go together, and we just thought, like, because obviously we've studied so much about American dance, and to be able to go to America and see like the places that we've studied and the people that we've studied as well, it was absolutely amazing. It was once in a lifetime.
To get the opportunity to go to New York is just, I can't really describe it. It's something that will stay with me for the rest of my life.
For DMU to ask to represent them at United Nations Headquarters, it was really great honour for me.
I think for my employability it will have a really positive impact, because employers are always looking for something that makes you a little bit different, and it shows that you're willing to take a step out there a little bit.
To perform in New York was just, I would never, if somebody had said that to me 3 years ago, I never would have thought that I'd be doing that now.
The skills that I take from my time at New York would be confidence in me.
I think what the trip did more than anything was broaden your horizons. Someone who's involved in media, New York is kind of a hub for all that. So eating breakfast in the morning, you can see like the Routers building across the street, and just walking around, we walked past the New York Times just by accident really, and just being like, wow, this is all around us.
I'd never really travelled that much before. I'd never been outside of Europe, and to be able to see things that like the Empire State Building was just absolutely incredible for me, and it's something that I'm never ever going to forget.
I'm definitely honoured to be part of such a university.